Good morning and welcome to the only show that goes very well with your cup of joe. That is Smell the Coffee. You're joined in studio by Glenna Rashipura and Svenja Hecht. Hi, girl.
Hi.
I'm loving the black blazer.
I feel so sophisticated today.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's giving I'm the CEO of my life.
Yeah, I try to be. I guess it's like fake it till you make it kind of thing.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it. How's the Wednesday so far?
Yeah,
Wednesday
it's good.
morning so far.
It's good.
I'm struggling with sleep. Is anybody else struggling with sleep? Like, I just feel like I am really, I'm not getting enough sleep and I'm just feeling like I'm always tired.
No, definitely. Even if I sleep enough, it's still like I
need to
didn't sleep
catch up.
enough. I didn't sleep enough.
Yes, I'm also there. Somebody said I should try the magnesium tablets. What else? Yeah, so I'm trying to do all these things, but I'm just like, I'm still not getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
Or I'm just fatigued. So yeah, if you guys have any, tips, let us know in the comment section what we can do. On that note, let's take a look at what's happening in our memes of the day.
I still love you. I never stopped, even though we broke up. I can't imagine a worse occasion to ask this, but who's this? Hey! Hi, Mo. You deleted my number.
And then he said,
Last time I checked, my phone was in a museum, so yeah.
last I checked, my phone wasn't a museum, so I can delete and remove people from it as much as I want.
Yeah.
I love it. I love her response. Like,
Yeah.
I could not imagine a worse time to ask this, but who is this? After he declared his love for her.
No, yeah, we don't need to keep receipts though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this how we should respond to our exes?
Yeah, I will respond to any of my exes like that, even if I still have their number saved.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is the blueprint of how you should react to your ex when they text you. Just be like,
Who this?
sorry to ask, but who's this? Yeah, yeah. And if they complain, you go like, my phone is not a museum. My
Yeah.
phone is not a museum. Let's take a look at the next one.
Guys, sometimes the problem is not the company, but the problem is you. No, I'm tired. The problem is you. The problem is you go around having hope and faith in places that you should not have hope and faith in. You know that your manager has been a manager for the past 12 years. For the past 12 years. The company has had the same receptionist for the past 10 years. But when you say stuff like, no, I can't wait to grow in this company. Grow where? Grow, where are you growing? Where are you growing? Where are you growing? Where are you growing when your own manager is not moving anywhere? So where are you going? If your own manager is here and when you're not moving anywhere, where are you going? So everybody else in this company is stupid. When you are special, you are the special case. You're the only one who's going to grow. Everybody else is dumb in this company. You can even see with the lunch, what? Gert, you, Masonja. Yeah, no, Mopani Wems. No, not you, Gert. Gert, not you. No. You can tell her here we're not going anywhere here. In this company, we're not moving. You can even see with the laptops that they give all of you, what? I still use a mouse that I must connect with a USB cord. No way. You're using a flash drive. Use a USB in your company. Guys, stop it. You have important documents in a USB. Guys, stop playing yourself. No, me, I'm tired. Your company does not even have a Microsoft 365 account. Your company does not have a Microsoft 365 account, but you think you're going to grow, You're going to grow. Yeah? Okay. I'm sure we're special. You're special case. Okay. Sharp out here.
No, I feel attacked though. How? How can you tell me I'm the problem?
Oh, we're the problem. You're the one who's, you are overreaching. You're overreaching. There's nothing to reach there. There's nothing to reach. But, I saw another reel where it showed the guy on his first day at work arriving in the parking lot and there were no cars. And it's like, yeah, that's my sign. That's my sign to like, clearly, there's no cars in the parking lot. What do you mean? How? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a red flag.
That's a big, big red flag. That's a big, big red flag. Like, what do you mean I'm coming to work?
And there's no cars.
There's no cars. So there's only maybe 2-3 cars. And then that's maybe for the senior management positions. So the rest of the employees, they're just
They
footing.
can't.
Yeah. So you're just like, yeah, those are signs that you should leave. But also on that note, I think that somebody said by moving jobs a lot, they were able to raise their income potential. So instead of staying in one place for too long, like you do 2 years, 3 years, I think they said their highest in one place is 3 years. And then so from that element, let's say you move from this company to company B, when people are hiring you and then they see that you have worked a little bit everywhere, for some weird reason, it raises your potential to earn more money, because now you come like, oh, I've experienced from company A, I've experienced from company C, I've experienced from company what have you. So I'm coming with a vast knowledge of like different, yes, exactly. So I'm guessing, don't stay in one place for too long.
Yeah. No.
3 years max. If you're pushing beyond that,
it used to be like all about loyalty and stuff, but I think the experience these days is just way more important.
and a lot of people were actually saying the same thing online. Like, yeah, the moment I started moving, I started making more money. Yeah.
Good to know.
So yeah, take that into consideration. Let's take a look at our next reel. Now, this is for all my guy best friends. Like, stop it. Stop it. Why can't you guys just hold my hand and be like, oh.
Be serious for once.
Be serious for once. No, they laugh at me. They're like, yeah. Like, one told me, like, oh, you're a fine girl, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? What is this? What is this?
No, but they don't take you seriously.
It looks like you are desperate. It looks like you're desperate for love. Why are you entertaining this? Why are you entertaining this? And I'm just like, guys, please hold my hand. You know, like how girl friendships, we are so kind to each other.
Exactly.
Like,
no, you're definitely right. No, you didn't overreact.
Yes, this is them. They'll tell me like, no, it seems like you're desperate. Like, stop it. And it's not on brand for you. You're like, it's not on brand for you. What are you doing?
Just take what your girl best friends tell you and what your guy best friends tell
At
you
some
and
point-
meet in the middle.
At some point, I don't even like to tell my guy best friends anything because they'll be like, yeah, you're looking stupid right now. You know, they're just so mean.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go through my Delulu phase till I face like,
No.
this is what's happening. Yeah, on that note, we will be right back with an interesting story after the break. So this next story is definitely what happens when people hook up with people they shouldn't hook up with. Let's take a look.
If you're having a bad weekend, just know a man and a woman in KwaZulu-Natal who probably hooked up have it much, much worse. They met each other at a party on Friday. I guess they liked each other and wanted to spend more time together because the guy ended up booking them into a hotel. I don't know what they did when they got into their hotel room. Maybe they ate sandwiches and watched Kumbule Kaya. I don't know. Good TV over an equally good meal trumps any hookup. I wasn't there. But anyway, they wake up the next morning. The guy goes to the bathroom, and when he comes out, not only is the woman gone, so is his car. So he calls this private security company, Reaction Unit South Africa, and he tells them, this woman I hooked up with stole my car. So they launch this search for this car. They look for the car, and eventually they find it. They find the car lying on its side on Inanda Road. It's in Trenance Park near Verulam. So this is the car. The woman says she wasn't stealing the car. She had gone out to go buy cigarettes and was coming back. When she overturned, she crashed into a house. Anyway, she doesn't even have a license. She's 20 years old, doesn't have a license. She was arrested. Now he doesn't have a car. Yeah.
Damn. But this is what I tell my guy friends. You guys just can't go out to a club or what have you, groove, and you pick up somebody, you meet somebody that day, you bring them to your space. It's a sacred space, and you don't know what these people are up to. I think more and more girls need to do this to teach men, like, you don't do things like that.
Yeah, no, like, also treat people better, like, just get to know people, I guess,
Get to know her before you take her to your place. Like, you just met her today, and the next thing she's in your kitchen. Wow, guys, stop it. There's a girl who said, like, guys will learn. Like, Kama, if he takes her to his place on the first date, she walks out with something when he's showering. She'll take the TV, she'll take the kettle, what have you, to teach them a lesson. So I'm not saying I agree, but I understand it. All right, that brings us to the end of our top stories. I wish we could talk more, but we've run out of time. Up next is our guest segment. We are talking with an artist, X. I'm joined in studio by a visionary artist, someone who has worn many hats and always wants to show up as authentic as possible to every project. Good morning, X. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you doing, Tenora?
I'm quite excited to have you in studio. I'm quite excited to have this conversation early on in the year because you're one of the artists that I always look out for in terms of just the work that you're doing. And everything that you do is, always inspiring, and you're always pushing yourself to the next limit.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So how has the year 2026 been? I know it's quite early, but how has it been so far as an artist?
As an artist so far, in an individual capacity, I think 2026 looks very promising. Again, I always like to say this. I feel like there's a new temperature in the art industry, in the creative industry, and myself as an artist, there's a lot that you can plan for. There's a lot that sounds exciting, that sounds like it's going to, sort of flourish. So again, like you said, it's very early on in the year, so you can't say too much. You don't want to jinx things that you have planned, but there's a positive start to it individually. But the world doesn't look very bright at the moment. So there's obviously that thing of like trying to balance reality with your optimism, So
speaking of that, and also how artists need to be a voice or the mirror to where society is, or the reflection of the times. I've seen most of your work, and it really does that. Your last play, you were, tackling quite a few heavy themes, but it was also inspired because this is, what I see in the community, and I'm just reflecting the times. How important is that for you as an artist to always, hold up the mirror to society?
I think that's the role of every artist, actually. In fact, everyone that has, even if you're not an artist as a profession, if you have a sketch pad at home, it's important for you to reflect what it is that inhibits you internally and whatever you see as going on in the world around you. Because that's how you preserve who you are, and that's how you preserve, let's say, the national identity of a country. It's by creating the art that reflects that. It's been quite a journey trying to really find my footing in expressing what, because it's very difficult to be honest as an artist, especially when you start commercializing your art. You want to meet the standard, the status quo, whatever is popular, whatever is trending. And most of the time, things that are reflective of society, people don't want to consume substance anymore. We live in a world, the digital era or whatever, but we live in a world where it's so easy to consume things. It's like you just scroll. It's just art, even on social media. So creating art that challenges, that makes people think critically about the world around them, about themselves, it's important, and I think it's the role of every artist. to some degree, even if you make abstract art, you need art that makes people think about themselves and about the world they live in, essentially.
I love that. And you did speak on trends as well, and how it's important to try to be as authentic as possible, but still, be in the know of the trends that are happening. What kind of trends are you seeing right now, or trends that we might be heading into in the industry?
So, let me start with artists have become independent curators and creators now, especially with the advent and the promise of the internet era and the technologies like AI and AR and VR and all these new technologies that are driving what it means to be an artist in a completely new direction. And it's trending also, of course. I mean, we saw like with the advent of social media, it became much more easier to sort of disseminate your art globally, because you are in charge of it. You are in charge of distribution, because the internet platforms and social media platforms made that possible. So when was the internet introduced? Like early 2000s. So now in 2026, it's taken a level that is
where you can be a business on your own, and you don't need all these other factors or agents
and people
record labels and whatnot. It also removes a level of, I'm not saying all record labels are bad, but or companies per se that house and manage artists are bad, but there were issues in the past where you hear stories of like artists, I sold how many millions of albums or books, what have you, but I didn't make so much money from it because of the contracts I signed.
Yeah. So there's that sense of like independence of being drawn away as an individual artist, being drawn away from institutions and being able to own your art, own your work, direct the channel in which it flows, things like that.
And also own your voice as well.
Own your voice as well.
Very important, which is I've seen quite a few artists blow up just on social media.
Yeah.
And I don't see them like being signed on to anybody, but you can see like they have like millions of views on YouTube and they are doing their own thing, which is very nice and holistic.
They themselves become the brand, the entity, the company.
Yes.
As an individual artist, you become the institution that sort of produces the work that you create as an artist.
Do you think that this new trend, especially the use of social media, is good news for Namibian artists? Because there's always been that notion that, if you're an artist in Namibia, you're just going to suffer, you're going to starve. So do you think that this is a platform for us as artists to, get on and, just see where it goes?
Yeah. I can answer that in two ways. One, it's not just social media, but other technologies, like you said now, the new trends that are happening, artificial intelligence and so forth. I think there's two ideas that you can have to it, like a positivist one and a negativist one. One, the Namibian industry, the creative arts industry, like I said, it's only now with with the administration of the current president where we see some kind of recognition and true appreciation and acknowledgement of the importance of art and trying to, distribute resources to build the industry. But then it also comes at a point where like the technology is so advanced to the point where you don't have, it's in let's say in first world countries, creative industries are being threatened by our own creations, by technology. You don't need a whole set to create a film. You don't need a director, producer, writer. You just need AI. You just need AI and a producer. Because script writing,
which is a bit sad. Yes.
So if that same reality sort of presented onto Namibia in this, it's not in the early stages. I mean, the art industry has been around. We have had artists for decades since our independence, but in my experience, having conversations with people that are sort of the veterans of the art industry in Namibia, the older filmmakers, the older cultural practitioners, I always sense a bit of like a sense of not regret, like spitefulness. Like, why only now? Like, we are old, we're about to retire, and
now it's just starting to pick up.
It's only starting to pick up now, and And you see it, it's very palpable when you enter rooms where people are having conversation on trying to formulate policies around the art creative industries. You know, the older people always seem to be a little bit more, you know, frustrated for the fact because they're about to retire. And then there's an idea that my generation, Gen Z, doesn't really understand the importance of art to a society, because again, everything is so cheap and so easy to make, and you can create a Mona Lisa with a prompt, you know, like the process of
writing, even academically, you can see that the time it used to take to study for something and what have you, you know, I have to read a whole textbook. Now I can just put a prompt, please summarize, I'm doing a test and this is what we're going to focus. Summarize the most important things that I need to know about this, and that's it. And then I go and write the test and I pass. But I have not sat down and you know, consumed a work of somebody, a body of work. Do you get it? It's just snippets of it. And yeah, I hear what you're saying. So the world is moving to that. Speaking of AI and the creative industry, we're seeing more and more writers, musicians, what have you, are using AIs. And there is a positive to it. I've listened to some music or musicians who've used AI.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I thought you were going to say AI artists.
Yeah, not AI artists. They would let's say I don't have a producer, so AI does my producing for me, and I can see how it helps, especially when you're starting out and you don't have the money to pay for a producer, what have you. So there's this guy that I'm following on social media. He used AI to create his beats, but the vocals is his, which I have to say I respect him for that, and I love that that's the direction he's going for, because it's quite expensive, especially if you're starting out. But at the same time, it takes away from the human touch.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point of it all. AI can do incredible things. It can make work so much more effective, so much more efficient, so much more convenient and easier to do in any industry. You know, especially in the arts. But then it takes away from that human touch.
Yeah.
And so, let's say I'm a bit of a negativist. Maybe I've watched too much
Black Mirror,
futuristic sci-fi films about AI taking over the world or whatever. The first thing as an artist that I would fear is that instead of, you know, thinking about robotics, we won't be able to do anything. You have an AI that's cleaning your room, your house. You have an AI that drives, or you take a robot or whatever, electric car, whatever, that drives your kids to school. You know, you don't have to go anywhere and do anything, because you have created these technologies that can do everything for us, and then humans basically just become people that eat and sleep, consume. The perfect utopia of AI and technology. But what would that mean for art? That means nothing that we consume is created by the hands of a human. You watch a movie, a film, it's generated. You see a painting, it's generated. You listen to music, it's generated. It's written, it's produced, everything, all the elements that goes into making music. So I do respect people that are trying to move with the time, artists that are trying to move with the times, like the person you mentioned that would make a beat with AI but still put their own vocals. But at one point, someone else is going to realize, no, it's easier to just also let AI generate my voice. Let me record my voice. And then at one point, we don't have any original art or anymore. Human art with human touch to it. And I like to quote, it's a German philosopher, I don't know if you know him, but Friedrich Nietzsche. I know you like philosophy.
I know him. Of course I'll know him.
Yeah. And he had this idea that in order for humans, the point of being alive on this earth as a human being is to sort of struggle. And if you're going to project that into your art, AI doesn't have struggle. You know, it just analyzes.
There's no human soul to it.
Exactly.
A human touch brings the endurance, the suffering, the joy, what have you, and that's what makes it so unique and palpable to everybody else. So I definitely agree with that. Now, X, we really, you know, got carried away, and you and I will always, you know, have long conversations. But it was so nice to have you in studio to divulge some of this thoughts, and just also open our minds to just like, okay, this might be cool, but what does it mean in the long term for society and for us as artists as well? So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Solve X. And yeah, this is a very beautiful conversation.
Thank you so much. All right, with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, same time, same place.